Hello guys, in this video I'm gonna try to make a game within an hour, and this is my attempt. And you know what? It is kinda fun though. Maybe in the future I'm gonna make videos like this again. So let's just get straight to it. The idea that I have before starting this challenge is that I wanted to make a game that use the mechanic of grappling hook. So the player can swing with the grappling hook. After making a new project in our beloved game engine Godot, the first thing I did was making the map. Because the time is limited, I'm just gonna slap that static body 3D node for a box and scale it to match a basic floor. And just call it a map. After
Nice.
that, what I need to do is to make a new character body 3D node for our player. The process in Godot 4 isn't that hard because there's already a template code for the movement. Now we make the collision shape and the mesh. For the mesh, I just add the bean for it and it's done. Also, don't forget to add the camera. And that's it. Also, I added word environment node for the sky and a lamp. Okay, the next thing to do is to make a camera rotation. Camera? Camera? Okay, because I want to make a FPS game. What I did here is I'm adding a new script to the camera and I'm gonna search for the tutorial in Google because I forgot how to make it like literally. Okay, after I successfully made it, I'm gonna capture the mouse mode so that the player mouse won't go outside of the game border. But then a bug appeared. The position of the mouse isn't giving a new position because it got captured and stayed in the same coordinate. So I searched for it everywhere. And I mean it like everywhere. And it ended up by me wasting all of the remaining time to search for it. And after all of that, I didn't even found the solution. So I stopped the timer. At first, I thought it was just a bug, but little did I know it wasn't. Then I continue to search the solution without the timer. Here, my approach is if it's a bug, I want to try it out in another language, which is C sharp. So I did it, and after looking for a code in websites, I found the answer. The problem was just a tiny thing. I need to use relative motion and not the position. Because when you capture the mouse, the position will remain the same, but not the relative motion. And after knowing the solution, I restart the timer. And yes, I create a new project. Okay, so the first thing that I did was obviously I made the player and don't forget the camera rotation too. Then the map floor. Also added the world environment and directional light because I thought the material of the floor is too flat. So I add a plugin for prototype materials from the Godot asset library. Then applied it. And for now, my time that's been used is just about 13 minutes. Now let's move on to the game core mechanic. For a simple game, I'm aiming to build a simple score system that for every each orb collected, I add one score, and that's it. Here, I made the orb with a sphere and made it have a RGB animation too. Also, I made a light. But I don't know why it doesn't work in the map. So it just have a regular color, and that's it. And it used up my time about 9 minutes. I made the swing area with static. body 3D with a shape of square and a collision shape too. For the player, I'm using a raycast 3D to check if the collision of a swing area is colliding with the player raycast. For the gameplay mechanic, at first I wanted to build a grappling hook like game that the player can swing with. Because I mean, why not? It is probably isn't that hard, right? Yeah, I'm wrong. So I opened my character script and started by changing the velocity so that whenever the function move and slide called, it uses the new velocity from the position of the swing area that I get. And it doesn't work. So I change it to use the move and toward function. For your information too, the move and toward function in godot is a function that needs the from coordinate vector and to coordinate vector and the speed. The process here is getting the position of the player and move it towards the position of the swing area, then adding or applying it to the velocity. And the result is it doesn't work either. And I'm already wasting my precious time. Okay, so at this point, I don't feel like restarting my project again. So I use the move and toward function and just apply it straight to the player. The result is it does work, but the
Nice.
problem is I can't swing. Yes, and I know probably I need another code to make the player swing too. Then I change the concept of the game and make it the teleportation or grappling hook that won't swing. And that's it. For the finishing touches, in the end, I duplicate the swing area bunch of time and added it to the map. And also the orb too. What's the point if the orb is just one? Am I right? And at very last, I finished the game. So here's the gameplay. I hope you enjoyed it because I did. What I learned from comparing this experience to my experience in Godot C Sharp is that the GD script is really helpful in fast making game. Then GD script also made making game really simple, especially when you need to instantiate a scene or referencing a node. But C Sharp also have its benefit too. You can use the net library freely. And in addition, the problem is that C Sharp script doesn't have autocomplete in Godot editor. I hope they add it in the future. And after making a game with a limited time in GD script again, I can see why I probably stick with GD script if the project doesn't need any complex library. Thank you guys for watching the video, and if you enjoy watching it, please consider subscribing and don't forget to leave a like. And also, if you want to request me to do something or to make something, you can leave a comment. So that's it from me, and see you guys in the next video.